You did all of the planning, you know what your retirement income is expected to be, and you are managing your expenses to live within your means. You're even able to save a bit for the future. For you, a big risk may be the unknown, an unexpected market event, or an unexpected life event that creates an unplanned for cash need. Maybe the best choice will be to sell some investment assets, but what if the market is in a temporary downturn? You could damage your portfolio. The opposite could happen too. If the market's up, but you would be subject to capital gains or other taxes that may have far-reaching effects. Maybe the best choice will be to borrow temporarily against your portfolio or your mortgage-free home. But what if interest rates are high? There are many other possibilities and outcomes that we cannot know. There's no way to see the future. So the best way to prepare is to build flexibility into your planning. Take steps now to give your future self choices to deal with the unknown. One way to build flexibility into your retirement planning is to put a home equity line of credit, a HELOC, on your mortgage-free home. This is typically a variable rate line of credit that is approved before you need it. The collateral is your home, so you don't use the HELOC for everyday needs or wants. It's there so if you have an unexpected need for cash, you can analyze whether using the HELOC and repaying it would be preferable to using a credit card, liquidating investments, or other options. For example, if a storm comes raging through your neighborhood and topples trees on the roofs, you know your homeowner's insurance may pay for the damage, but that may take time, and you want to get a contractor started on roof repairs immediately. You can use your HELOC to write that first check to get the contractor started, and then repay the HELOC when the insurance payment comes through. Here's another example of using a home equity line of credit, a HELOC, for flexibility in retirement. Let's say you want to or need to move to a retirement community, and when you sell your home, the proceeds will cover the move. But you've been in your home for a long time and it's loaded with stuff. Plus, the realtor's suggesting new paint and carpet. You don't want to live there while all the downsizing and work is going on. You want to start getting established in your new community. If this sounds familiar, that's because it happens a lot. And many retirement communities do have a solution. You can pay a significant down payment, move in, and then pay the rest when you sell your home, with a reasonable interest charge in between. But where do you find a significant down payment? A HELOC might be the best choice, but you can't use it if you don't have it. You need to put the HELOC in place in advance, just in case. A significant source of uncertainty in retirement is taxation. The tax code is complex and capable of changing, and it is difficult to know how it will apply to you over the span of a retirement, which can last 20 to 30 years in some cases. If you spread your savings among tax-deferred accounts, tax-exempt Roth, and after-tax accounts, you will have more options when funding your needs. Building flexibility into your retirement planning can give you choices that have different tax consequences, and talking with your tax preparer can help you select the best choices for you. Consider two hypothetical savers. Solo saves only into a tax-deferred 401k throughout their career. Trio saves the same amount, but splits it into tax-deferred 401k, Roth 401k, and a non-retirement brokerage account. Now imagine that Solo and Trio just found out they each need dental implants that will cost $24,000 and are not covered by insurance. Solo's only source of funds to pay for the dental work is a tax-deferred account. Assuming 30% goes to taxes, Solo must withdraw more than $35,000. And that withdrawal counts as income. So Solo's Medicare premiums will probably increase in a subsequent year. Even with a tax advisor's help, Solo's choices are very limited. Trio and a tax advisor have options to consider. They could decide to split it among the three accounts, taking $11,428 from the tax-deferred funds subject to ordinary income tax, $8,000 from the non-retirement brokerage account with possible capital gains taxed at a lower rate, and $8,000 from the Roth 401k with no tax consequence. Or they could divide it differently depending on the specific circumstances and tax laws in effect. They have the flexibility to make the best decision for Trio in the moment.